So today we're here at Knotwood's manufacturing headquarters in Australia, and we're going to learn how Knotwood is actually made. Let's go and have a look. Here's the sample area, basically where everything starts. Without the samples, we don't have sales. So this is our flatbed here. This is basically where all those color swatches go, stuff like that. We sticker them up here. All your profiles get cut up in here. We have little boxes too, where you can order a few little cladding boards, battens, the works. So everything starts from here. Basically, people would order a sample, and that's the first step in the journey of purchasing Knotwood. So we're here at machining, where we've basically got one of our brand new plasma laser cutters, along with our aluminium rotor. Basically what this does is a bit of a game changer in our sample swatches, our end caps game. It's sped up the process by 1,000,000 miles, an asset that is truly phenomenal for the company. So this is where we do the pre-picking stage. It's basically once someone places an order with Knotwood, this is where we all sort it out to each individual's job. So you've got Daryl over here, been at Knotwood nearly 15 years. He's a legend here in Australia, headquarters. And yeah, he's basically checks all the material for any scratches, any damage, buffs out some scratches if need be, and makes sure that all the product is perfect before we powder coat it. So now we've got a vertical powder coat line here, and basically once the pre-picking team has chosen the metal, they send it over to here, and this is the first stage of powder coating. So the team here will drill a little hole, and that's basically to hang the metal before it goes onto our vertical powder coat line. The material's been hanged, ready for powder coating. Firstly, it'll go through an acid bath, and basically what that does, it gives it a full clean and takes off any impurities, any imperfections before the powder coating stage. And then around here, you can just about see the spray guns spraying the material with its powder coating. Okay, so once powder coating have finished spraying the material, it then gets moved over to one of our 3 sublimation machines. And basically the sublimation is where the magic happens, right? That's where the wood grain gets transferred onto the powder coating. So stage 1 of sublimation is basically, they'll check each extrusion and they'll load it onto the conveyor belt over here. So once they've loaded their powder coated aluminium onto the conveyor belt, we actually weld the timber grain image bag. So that creates an air gap so that when the vacuumers vacuum seal it, no air gaps can get through. This is Ming. How long have you been working at Knotwood, Ming?
11 years.
11 years. So Ming is the one who puts all the sublimation on the powder coat material. So he's the reason, when you see it looking on projects, the reason it looks amazing, this guy.
Thank you.
Because when we have pieces that are too big for the machine to handle from the welding point of view, we do have the capability, it's called hand bagging. And basically anything that's a little bit larger than usual, we can still have the capability to do that. So once the bag has been welded, it gets transferred to the sublimators here, who basically vacuum seal this bag and make sure there's no imperfections or any crease marks before it goes into the oven. So once the vacuum sealed and it goes through the oven, this is the final stage. So as you can see, the final product, the ink is transferring from the bag into the powder, almost like a tattoo. You're tattooing the ink into the powder. The difference between an inferior cheap product and a luxury brand like Knotwood is you go to Carnival, you get one of those sticky tattoos, you put it on, the next day it's gone. This is the difference. This actually penetrates into the powder and it gives a 15-year warranty on the finish. So last but not least is the packaging, where we finish off before we dispatch it to our customers. So as you can see here, that's straight off the sublimation machine, off the press. It goes into a pretty cool, fully automated packaging machine. We'll label it up and get ready to ship directly to the client. We've got a container getting shipped out, ready to go to the US of A, to our Phoenix warehouse in Arizona. That's the end of the tour, guys. Thanks for watching. And if you want to start your journey with Knotwood, hop onto our brand new website, knotwood.com.au, and order a sample.